And then you're on a video saying this is the type of shit we do, roll up on niggas at the goddamn barber. Are you in a gang or something? Is that what you do?
No, sir. So that's so much fun.
So why did this occur? I'm talking to you.
It was an incident.
Huh?
It was an incident.
Wait, this isn't just some random fight. This is starting to sound organized. And if that's true, we're not talking about simple assault anymore. We're stepping into conspiracy territory. Did they plan this, or are they about to realize how deep they're in?
I can't hear
It
you.
was an incident.
What'd you say?
It was an incident. Accident.
It was an incident.
Yes.
Is that your answer to that question? In this town, this is what you're doing? He's just waiting to get a haircut, and you walk in, punch him, and say,
The co-defendant punched him, and he was, my client was videotaping.
That's how it's not, not this way.
okay, so this is under the law parties that he's here?
Yes.
Okay, so you're working with him. This is on a video. You just walk in,
Yeah.
a person just sitting there waiting to get a haircut, and he gets pummeled. And then you're on a video saying this is the type of shit we do, roll up on niggas at the goddamn barbershop in this city? Are you kidding me? In this city? People, I mean, what kind of irresponsible behavior is that? And then the vulgarity. Do you find that odd, what you did?
Yes, sir.
We don't put up with this in this town. First of all, you start using the English language, not trash talk. That didn't get anybody anywhere. Look, I prosecuted the James Byrd murders. I don't put up with this. This is just vulgarity, and it's bigotry. And it's not sophisticated thinking. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What did we do with the other guy that was beating? Is he being prosecuted?
I have to look and see.
I think it's still,
the case.
I think it's still pending.
Don't know if it's even assigned to me, but I have to look.
Does aggravated assaults in broad daylight in a business where people are just trying to take care of their needs, and then y'all just walk up. That's your plan. You walk in and just start beating people senseless, and then bragging about it.
Co-defendant is set for his initial setting on the 15th of April.
Here,
Yes, sir.
that should be interesting. You better fix this. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't do anything like this again. Act responsibly. But follow this agreement. You have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is what this city stands for. In this county, we're better than this.
See this one.
How do you plead in this? Guilty or not guilty? Talking to you.
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty of what this alleges?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you understand? I'm sure Mr. Dusser is a very smart man. Talk to you about, you don't have to do the punching. You can be part of the whole fracas. And videoing it is obvious y'all are working together. But when you know something is going to happen and you help or take part in it, you are held just as responsible as the person who's punching. You understand?
Yes.
Here's the part most people miss. Under the law of parties, you don't have to throw a single punch to be guilty. If you helped, encouraged, or even filmed it knowing what was coming legally, You're just as responsible as the attacker. That camera, it didn't protect him. It just became evidence.
So fix this. I'll show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign that?
Yes, sir.
Voluntarily, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, are the contents true and correct? State's Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence without objection. It's admitted. Among other things, this states you were mentally competent to enter your guilty plea, which is freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, and cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true, so help you God. States Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. It's pretty self-report.
Yes, sir.
Anything else to add?
Yeah.
If nothing further, I'm going to find you are pleading guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond reasonable doubt. But I'm going to defer any finding of guilt and place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense, although this is a rare type of set of circumstances. You must pay a fine of $500. Restitution will be owed. This is a total amount of restitution
That is the
in this event
Yes.
of $47,540.03. I intend for that to be shared between the two parties, but we're going to see what happens on the other case. You are responsible for the full amount as well as the other person. And what generally we do is when there's two people involved, they share the responsibility. But the law states both of you are responsible for the full amount to be paid. However, both of you can pay it, but the total amount is $47,540.03 from the injuries, I guess, occurred. That's a pump. That's terrible. That's why it's a serious event. Have you ever been arrested before?
This is least.
Other than this?
Nothing.
Let me tell you, this is just a serious set of circumstances. This is terrible for many ways, but for the vulgar way you spoke and the way you spoke when you were videoing this, it makes it sound like this is something you do regularly, which is not part of what the United States of America.
And now comes a moment that changes everything. The judge gave probation, but don't be fooled. When a judge starts talking about jail time after giving you a break, that's a warning shot. This isn't just punishment, it's a message. One decision, one video, and now his future is hanging by a thread. Was it worth it?
Stands for. You're going to jail. I can put you in jail for 180 days, 6 months. I don't put up with this. Anybody tries to do this, they're going to be sent a message the same way. They're going to jail. This puts us back in time, and that's not where we are. We've progressed. We're better than this. Do you understand? As a condition of your probation, you're serving 180 days in the county jail.
Your Honor, could I ask one thing concerning that? He's a high school senior graduating in May of this year.
He's being held accountable as an adult under the law, and that's the way we're going to deal with it.
If we could postpone any jail time until weekends or until he graduates, which would be May of this year.
Yes, this is the problem you have when you do something like this. It fouls up everything, including your education and your future. That's why you try not to make foolish decisions like this. And this is about as foolish as it gets. No, He's going to jail. But there's a shock probation method that the court uses as well. You know what I mean? Okay. But you do this, you go to jail. When are you supposed to be in class next?
Tomorrow.
You're going to report to the county jail on or before 6:05 p.m. Friday. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Or else there'll be a warrant for your arrest and there'll be another charge filed to begin that 180 days. Then I'll see. I'll see what happens before Monday morning. Have
Yes, sir.
you ever been in jail before?
For this, yes, sir.
For how long were you in?
One night.
How'd that work out for you? Was that? It's not supposed to be enjoyable. It's terrible, though. The person with who was pummeled, what's his status? That person's status now?
He's recovered for as I'm aware. He's submitted his medicals and that's how we got them out for the restitution.
Lawyer's interest.
Jaw, his face, I know his jawline was broken and
You always spoke to it.
something with his face, his mouth, facial, head injuries, and jawline.
Head injuries, jaw, facial injuries.
Mhm.
Don't ever speak like that again in public. All of this is stir up trouble. We're better than that. We're supposed to live peaceably together. People who stir up because of race or any other reasons, and this is what this sounds. This is just terrible language. That is not what makes a peaceable, happy place. And that's not what just this county is supposed to stand for, because it stands for better. You understand?
Yes, sir.
See the probation.
Now, this is the probation officer, goes into this, not of this. What was